Hey guys, it's Lego4299 here today with another custom Lego minifigure showcase video, and today I have my custom Lego Ant-Man minifigures from Marvel's Ant-Man. So today we have Yellowjacket Ant-Man, Paul Rudd Ant-Man, not Paul Rudd Ant-Man, I mean Scott Lang Ant-Man, and Dr. Hank Pym from the film. I've been working on these minifigures since I got the Lego set of the Ant-Man Final Battle. I've been working at all three of these minifigures on and off work. I finally just finished Yellowjacket yesterday, and let me tell you, Yellowjacket turned out to be one of my favorite minifigures ever to make, and definitely will be one of my top favorite minifigures that I've made of this year. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go into a full close-up 360 of these minifigures. Here we have Scott Lang in the Ant-Man suit from the film, and I will say this minifigure turned out every way I wanted it to. It turned out really nice. So I guess we'll do a little comparison real quick. Here is Lego's minifigure in comparison to mine, and I will tell you the biggest thing that I didn't like on Lego's figure was the helmet, and I really think I did fix the helmet quite a bit, and it turned out really nice looking. So yeah, Lego didn't do a really good attempt on their Ant-Man figures. Besides, the helmet piece was very nice. So we'll go over the helmet real quick. As you guys can see, there is actually a face in there. If I pop them up, you can somewhat see the eyes. I really don't think you can. You really can't. But I wanted to utilize that translucent red piece. The only face I have under here, though, is this head. This is the head they used for Yellowjacket, but I liked how the eyeballs looked overall on the figure, and they look nice when they come through the helmet's little like red translucent pieces, so that's why I kept it on there. And I did not have time to paint a Scott Lang head, so I just used those eyes. And you can't really see them, so they're not that bad, but I did say at the end of the video I will explain of some more Ant-Man figures I want to make, and you guys can know what I'm talking about. But so on the helmet, as you can see, there is the extension piece to the helmet for when it opens up for his face to show. You got that piece right there, and that on the same side, both symmetrical on both sides. They turned out really nice. You got the two little red dots on the side of the tube piece. You got those half circles on the front of the helmet. Let me tell you, those were a pain to paint on. Then you got the little triangle-like piece that goes across his mouth up there. And if you're wondering how I sealed in the helmet, this is green stuff all in front of the helmet. I sculpted this and molded it into the face mask, and that's how I was able to get this look of it sealed up. And green stuff is a very nice material. You can find it almost anywhere on eBay and stuff like that, and you can buy it. You got some red stripes going up there where the translucent piece was. You got some metal bolts going on the side there extending from the mast. You got some dark gray, some red there. The antennas are the same. You got some dark gray continuing to the back of the figure, and then you do have the little like line stripes with the bolts going all the way across the minifigure's head, and there's not much on the back of the minifigure's head. And yeah, so that's the helmet. The helmet turned out really nice. I was really satisfied with how this helmet turned out in the end. The arms of the figure, as you can tell, do have the shoulder pads and that little triangle piece down there. They got that little red button up there. You got some silver lining. You got the gauntlet with all the red detailing all the way across. All three little bars on each hand piece in front of the main bar. There is nothing on the middle of the hand because I did actually notice there is nothing on the suit there. It is the same on the other side of the arm. They're both the same arms. I painted them both the same as best as I could, and they look pretty much similar, so they really turned out nice, so I was satisfied with that. The torso is not mine. This is Lego's torso from their actual set. I utilized that was the only piece that I really liked, and I did use this torso for the minifigure, and I did like how it turned out, so I decided to utilize that with that. So on the legs, originally, didn't mean to bump my camera, sorry there. On the legs, originally, I didn't know what I was actually going to do. I was going to just not have these on, but then I decided to paint these on because I really like the design. You can see it in the back there, but they looked like knee pads, so I did paint them on. They didn't turn out the best, as you can tell. They're a little lopsided, but besides that, they turned out okay. On the toes, you got like the red, you got the continuation of the silver from up here, down there. You got the little like side red thing there, and the like, I don't know what this is, like the knee joint going all the way around. It's a wraparound. You got the silver on the side of the foot, and it's the same on this side. They're both symmetrical on both sides. And then on the inside of the legs of the minifigure, you do have the continuation of the silver and the knee joint on both sides of the figure. And yeah, so originally I was going to paint the hands, and I was going to make a little green stuff button and glue it on there and have like the button that he presses on his wrist, but that did not turn out right, so I just went with normal black hands. And yes, that's about it for the Scott Lang Ant-Man suit. I really like how this minifigure turned out. Definitely one of my favorite minifigures, but not as awesome as the one minifigure you guys are going to see towards the end of this video.
In the right hands, the relationship between man and suit is symbiotic.
Alright guys, so here we have Dr. Hank Pym, or Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas is the actor who plays Dr. Hank Pym in the film. And let me tell you, I have not seen him in a movie since the movie Romance in the Stone. I watched it as a kid with my parents, so yeah, I haven't seen this actor in a long time, and it's just to see how much he's changed, it's like, crap. But either way, this minifigure actually I finished in about a day or two. He was the first one I did finish, and you know, he's an easier figure to make. All I had to do was make like a suit, and he turned out actually really nice. I really did like how he turned out. This is the design after what he seems to be talking to Scott when he's in prison or something like that. He's got like this outfit on, so I decided to replicate that outfit. So as you can see right away, on the torso you can see there is the silver tie there without the blue striping, because that was just it wasn't working. So it's just a silver tie. You got the collar, you got the overall the suit, you got the pockets, the buttons, and then the little handkerchief sticking out there with all the little silver dots. It turned out really nice. Then you got the belt buckle, and the belt does wrap around all the way to the back of the minifigure. You got some little like I would say like wrinkles in the shirt in the back. There was much there. And then you got the black shoes on the bottom, and nothing else on the legs. I was thinking about doing that whole, sorry about that, there's a little dust there. I don't like when they look dusty, but I was planning on doing that whole like creased pants thing that I did with my Jurassic World minifigure, if you guys remember that, but I didn't do that to the legs. I just put on the shoes down below. And then the hairpiece actually really works for this figure, and I really like how it turned out. If you're wondering what hairpiece this is a Superman hairpiece from the Man of Steel sets that I got, and I just chopped off the curl, shaved it down a bit with a nail file, oh not a nail file, just a file, and then I painted it gray with the gray outlining all over it, and then I sealed it. This is the first time I've ever sealed something with like a spray-on seal, and I want to ask your guys' opinion on this sealed hairpiece and what you guys think of it. It's a little shiny, but I'm thinking about sealing my minifigures so they don't scratch as easily, and if this looks okay to you guys, then I'll spray sealant over my figures, and I want your guys' opinions on this because I don't know exactly what to do just yet. I do like how it looks on the hairpiece because Lego hairpieces are usually shiny, but like for the Ant-Man's helmet, I don't want this scratching off, and I was thinking about sealing it, but it would be like a shiny color like that. It wouldn't be that bad, I guess, but I just want your guys' opinions on that. And the face is custom hand painted. Everything on this figure, just to be clear, is all painted. This torso, nothing Lego about it. Like, it's not a printed Lego suit that just stuck the head on. The head is also painted. You can see I have the glasses in there. The eyeballs didn't turn out the best, but they're okay. They work. And then you got the cheekboning outline. You got a wrinkle up above, and then you got the mouth with the beard. And yeah, that's about it for Dr. Hank Pym. There's not much else to go over. And now let's go over to Yellowjacket because he looks freaking amazing, and I want to get him out of the way. And real quick, this was Lego's interpretation of Dr. Hank Pym in the black suit, so I don't really know what's going to happen. He's using the freaking Gandalf head, so that really didn't make much sense. So Lego really didn't make a good figure this way, but I might be making this black Ant-Man suit if it's in the film. And that's about it for Dr. Hank Pym. Let's go over to Yellowjacket.
Now, it's going to blow up in your face and destroy everyone you care about.
So, yeah, that was a thing. So I have made one of my most favorite minifigures ever. This figure just turned out every way I wanted him to, guys, and this is Yellowjacket. So, just a little clarify, I just finished him yesterday. So, it was a lot of pressure on me to finish these figures before the film came out. I finished his arms and legs yesterday. I'm not so satisfied with the legs, but I will say the torso and the head I really love. They really turned out nice, and I might return to this minifigure just because of how awesome he is, and redo his legs and arms possibly. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into this minifigure. And this was Lego's figures attempt, as you guys just saw, and well, yeah, they just did a bad job. So, my favorite part of this figure has to be the helmet. So let me remove this really quick. There is no head underneath here. It's just a black head. And let's go into a full 360 of this dude. So, before I talk about the helmet, when I think about it, let's just go with the antenna apparatus. This is built out of a bunch of Lego parts and actually glued and stuck together. As you can see, there's a kind of a piece sticking up there. That's because it's glued and it's kind of in midair type of thing. But Let me remove it real quick for you guys can see it. I didn't have all the parts in the world to make this. I kind of just made it from scratch, and it does the job a good, you know, it does it good. So more or less, these little tubes are made of green stuff on these little hinge pieces glued on with some yellow striping. There's some yellow striping on top of these robotic arms here. You can see this piece was glued on there. It's got the antenna piece on there, and it's got like a backpack kind of system built up. So it's a pretty simple design. I just wanted to have something to work on this figure for this. I might make it a better one in the future. Like I said, I might return to this figure, but it gets the job done. So let me remove it real quick so we can actually see the back of the helmet and stuff like that. So, with the helmet of the figure, you can see there is the eyeball piece there. There's a bunch of little yellow detailing around. This is Lego's helmet. I left the printing on the side here. I just decided to leave that alone. You can see the yellow, all of these strips down below there. The thing is totally outlined in silver. And to get this down, I will say the most annoying thing about making these minifigures had to be the silver and the silver paint. Like with even Ant-Man, silver paint is annoying to work with. It's really hard to work with. So with Yellowjacket here, I had this system down that actually worked really well. Is I took gray paint, a light gray paint, and I outlined everything of that at first, and then I went over it with silver, and it actually turned out really nice. So as you can see, there's the little red dots on the helmet. There's some silver outlining, like I said. And then on the top of the helmet, there's like this pattern. Now, real quick, the pattern on the helmet is not accurate to the film that I know of. I went all on my own with the pattern on the helmet. I just made some nice little squares and boxes and triangles to make it look pretty nice. So that's what I did there. The top half is a little bit accurate to the film, and then the rest of it is kind of my own design on the figure in general. So, like I said, there's only a black head under there. I did not make a head. This is a neck brace shaved down to hold on to the antenna apparatus. And there is nothing on the back, unlike Lego's figure having something on the back, just because I have this huge honking thing covering up the back. And I was thinking I really don't need anything on the back of the figure, so I just kind of didn't paint anything there in the aspect of that. So let me remove that real quick. Like I said, it just gives more room. And let's go on to the torso. The torso is another favorite part of this figure that I made. As you guys can see, it's got like the little triangle. Well, it's not like a triangle. It's a little neck piece up there. You got the yellow down below. You got the straps with the red dots. You got the more yellow curvature. You got the design in the middle. You got the vents. You got the belt piece down below with the straps continuing onto the legs. And on the legs, you can see it has all the yellow going down onto the sides. And let me tell you, there's not a lot of pictures of his legs. I kind of had to do my own design on the legs, and they turned out okay. I'm not super satisfied with the legs. That's what I mean. I might return to this figure. There's nothing on the inside because I really didn't have anything to work off of. And then the knee pads, I didn't like how they turned out in the bottom of the feet. But the design works overall, but like I said, I'll probably come back to this figure. You can see the arms. The arms actually turned out nice, but I don't know how accurate they are. You got the little triangle with the indent on the side there. You got the gauntlet. You got the little like triangle piece with the little two bars going into the arms, and both arms are the same on both sides. I painted them as best I could to look accurate to each other. This one seems a little snug up to each other, and this one seems more spread apart. I like this arm a little bit better than the other, but overall they both turned out okay. And this minifigure in general turned out awesome, and I really like it, and it's definitely one of my favorite minifigures of the year. And like I said, I'll probably come back to this figure. Like I said with the Avengers figures, I'll probably do an update video on him, definitely, just because how awesome he is, and I want to make him look really nice. And because he's not probably going to come out in another movie. Like, I'm expecting him to die. I really don't want him to die. I want him like to continue, or maybe the suit to be salvaged or something like that, and we can see this suit again in another Marvel film, but I highly doubt it, so that's why I might come back to this figure, because I don't think he's going to make it too long. But overall, Yellowjacket, favorite Marvel villain's design so far. I love this design, and it really turned out awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed this figure. And that's about it for this showcase video, so let's go wrap it up. That's about it for this showcase video on my custom Lego Ant-Man minifigures, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Tell me which minifigure you guys thought was the best. I personally loved Yellowjacket, especially making him. His helmet and his torso turned out perfect. I'm not so satisfied with the legs, but besides that, he turned out pretty cool, and I'm really satisfied with the helmet as well. I really like how the design turned out. And I will definitely be recreating Ant-Man for Captain America Civil War. That is a thing, and I'll probably do him maybe in a lighter red color, because I did think he looked darker red. That's why I went with the whole dark red tone, but He is somewhat lighter red from all the clips I've seen from the film, so I might do a light red type of coloring. And these are probably not going to be my last Ant-Man minifigures. I'll probably make Hope Van Dyne, maybe their actual heads. I know I didn't make any faces for them just because I didn't have a lot of time. So I'll make Yellowjacket and Ant-Man's faces of Scott Lang and I forget his name all the time. The dude in the Yellowjacket suit, sorry, Darren Cross. I'll be making those two guys' heads, sorry, bumped my table. And then possibly the black Ant-Man suit, that's possibly a thing. I don't know if that's actually going to be in the film, but I've actually seen some mini action figures of it, so I don't know if it's going to be in it. But definitely these are not my last Ant-Man minifigures. If you guys want to stay updated with me, definitely go check out my secondary channel. I will be posting a vlog after this explaining all what I want to do this year, so you guys definitely want to go check that out if you guys know what I want to do. If you guys also want to stay updated with me, link in the description will be to my secondary channel, my Twitter, and Flickr. Flickr will hopefully be set up soon. You guys can see some nice quality photos of these guys. And yeah, so that's about it. I hope you guys have a nice day, and God bless.